Good morning everybody, welcome back to Cilinix Crypto, or welcome to the channel if you're new, and welcome to this new video on Ethereum. We have to cover it, alright? We got the move up, we've been talking about this, but I think if you watch my last video on Ethereum, I think it was on Monday, what I said then is that I did not expect us to break above our main, well, it's now support, but it was our main resistance level, right here at 1660, 1640, and so what I said is that I believe at least, that we would pull back first, and that then we would have a better chance to potentially break out. And that's what we did, right? We pulled back into that point of control, the high volume node right here at 1585, that is. So it's like this. So we pulled back into that, from there found a lot of strength, and then obviously the entire week. For Ethereum, it started a little bit later, but especially yesterday was incredibly bullish for Ethereum. Already in the morning, we're able to break above the value area high right here of the value area that we made over the course of the last, well, what is it? Last weeks. Broke above that. You can see we retested that with a lot of volume right here, especially yesterday afternoon. Also continued into the Asian session right here. So that pushed us up into the main price target we also talked about in the last video, around 1780. Now, what has happened is that Ethereum has been able to reclaim that, all right? And that is essentially what we want, right? So the last balance that Ethereum had before dropping down lower was this balance right here. So that is between, let's say, 1760 and then 1870. And what you want to see is that Ethereum is going to be able to reclaim back into that balance, all right? Because that means that we can find balance in that area again. Price tends to move from balance to balance. So we had balance here in the middle. We had balance right here. You can also see that with the volume. Now Ethereum needs to prove that we can actually stay in this, all right? So the most important level we need to keep an eye on right here for Ethereum is 1760, all right? That's this level right here. I'm not sure if this helps if I write these numbers on the chart. Hopefully it does, but it's this level right here, all right? What you can see there is that it's the previous value area low of this balance right here. You have the 200 EMA there as well. 1750 is a bit of a psychological support level. That's just added confluence. I would not make any decisions on that only. So the main question for Ethereum right now is that, right, well, was this a bullish reclaim? Was this a real reclaim, or is this a bull trap? And are we going to drop down lower afterwards? And that's difficult to say. I mean, I have to say that we actually have seen some bearish divergences here, which I'm not the biggest fan of. I do want to check out the open interest right here as well, because I don't have any idea of how high that is. We actually don't have any open interest data. Well, that's great. But no, I mean, so the main bearish divergence that you can actually see here is that like when we were moving up and when we were making these higher highs and when we were breaking out, you see all these high volume candles. And then what happened is that the volume over the course of the Asian session started to drop down. All right, so that's I think that's the strongest bearish divergence you can have, with the price going up and the volume dropping down. And therefore, I am slightly tempted to tell you, especially also with Bitcoin at resistance, that Ethereum is going to pull back, that this is a bull trap, and that we will fall back down into balance right here. So for me, look, I think this is the best. It's best to keep this into account and to think that this is most likely, and then just watch the reaction of Ethereum to that level right here between 1770 and 1760. I would definitely not short Ethereum based on that. I say it's most likely that we're going to pull back. All right, short term we still look incredibly strong. So if I would have to give you my most likely scenario right here, I'd say it's something like this. All right, but I'll keep you updated on that, and don't let this prevent you from longing other coins. It's just we've talked about this scenario. We've talked about the scenario more often, also when the price was still down here. So that's why I'm sticking with it right now. I'll definitely keep an eye on this. I'll keep you updated on this. But for now, thank you for watching. Take care and bye.